Hello! Welcome to the second episode of Rid Cook Creative Update. I'm gonna update you on my creativity while awkwardly moving my chair around to get comfortable. This is the second episode in a series where I talk about what I'm doing creatively. In the last episode, I talked about how I am a jack of all trades, and that is a good thing about myself, and how I call myself an artist. Because I do a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of photography, a bit of comedy, a bit of YouTube, a bit of character comedy, a bit of stand-up, a bit of poetry, a bit of film writing, whatever. Like, I'm all over the shop. This episode is basically, I'm going to talk about everything that I've been doing since that realization. So, just a quick recap. In 2017, I realized that I'm jack of all trades. And ever since then, I've just embraced the fact that I do all sorts of different art. And I've just been enjoying myself doing whatever I want to do creatively. What the bloody hell have I been doing? What have I been doing since then? In August, I had some free time. I thought, what do I want to do? And I thought, okay, I'll just go to Edinburgh. I've never been to Edinburgh. I've always wanted to go to an Edinburgh festival. And I thought, I did some comedy in Poland. That went pretty well. So I'll just go and do some comedy in Edinburgh. So I did that, went to Edinburgh, did some comedy. That was fun. The comedy set didn't go amazingly well. I did get some laughs, and that was really, really cool. And that was good. I wrote a completely different routine, actually, and performed a completely different routine, just because I wanted to. And that was fun. I really enjoyed myself. Also, in September of last year, wrote, co-directed, and starred in a film called Sloshed. The film's done now. It's not online, but it's having screenings. That film is basically about what it's like to be drunk in your parents' house late at night. People have said that it's quite relatable. It's very similar to Single to London. If you've seen Single to London, it stars me. You can hear my thoughts. But yeah, that's going to have some screenings, so keep an eye out for that. August, September, October, all that time I was doing a lot of Instagram stories, which I really love now. I kind of just got really into being able to share something instantly and talking to camera and just sharing it straight away and seeing that people were seeing it immediately. That was really exciting for me. So I started doing a lot of Instagram stories. Three kinds, I suppose. One kind I would do would be like I'd go somewhere and I would do a lot of Instagram stories and travel adventure, basically like an adventure video. I also started doing comedy Instagram stories, but not stand-up. I started doing them as characters, Jimmy Bryan's, and then also videos as George Coburn. So I created these characters and I just started doing Instagram stories as them. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Rid Cook. Come December, basically, I was kind of like, okay, well I've got all these bloody Instagram things that I've done. I thought, well, I can start releasing these. In January, I decided to release my Jimmy Bryan's videos. Jimmy Bryan's, yeah, just really excited about everything. I kind of love that character. He's just kind of very fun-loving, and there's no seriousness about him at all. He basically reviews video games or movies, or just talks about like what he's up to. I think my favourite episode of Jimmy Bryan's is the Snowmates one. He goes around like talking to snowmen, which he calls snowmates. So that's Jimmy Bryan's. Again, link in description to all the Jimmy Bryan's videos if that sounds like your cup of tea. February was all about George Coburn. This was a real challenge. I had a couple of videos that I'd already done through Instagram. First episode was him making cereal. Second episode was noodles. And then the next two episodes I actually did live on YouTube. And that was quite exciting. So I did some live character comedy on YouTube. That was really, really fun. George Coburn, those videos, there's a big playlist. And if you're into cooking or vegan cooking, the second two recipes are definitely vegan, and it's a laugh. Then in March I stopped doing YouTube videos, and March and April was basically all about a feature film. My friend Carl Peck is shooting a feature film, and I'm working on it with him, and again, like linking in with my jack of all trades thing, which is quite nice. I'm multitasking to the max on this feature film, as is he, because it's a low budget feature. We don't have the money to pay a big crew, So he's directing, he's writing, he's on camera. I am assistant directing, acting, clapper loading, sound recordist. We have got other people on sound, but I've done that for some of the shoots. You know, so it's been really amazing. We've just been shooting this feature film, but it's been really, really awesome. I think the thing I've enjoyed about it the most is I love assistant directing. I think that's great. That's like managing film shoots. But I've also been acting in it, and that has really filled my creative hole. That sounds weird. Really filled my creative hole. But I need to do creative things. Like, I can't survive. My personal being is that I cannot survive without doing creative things. So for March, April, all of my creative time was spent on this film. And that's great because I love the script. The script's excellent. But the creative thing I enjoyed most was acting, because I've been cast in the film and I loved acting. It was brilliant, and I want to do more of it. I did some improvisation for one of the scenes as well, and that was really, really awesome. So acting's just another thing that I do in my jack of all trades-ness. We're not finished shooting. We shoot again in July. It's now June. I'm writing a feature film, so maybe I'll talk about that some more next week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe. If you're subscribed already, thanks so much. You can click a little bell. You click the bell, it'll notify you when I do put a video up. So yeah, thanks so much everyone. See you later. Bye.